Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at Cosmos Atom. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. Now jumping into the daily chart, as you can see, we have a broadening descending wedge playing out right now. We ran into the 20 EMA on the daily chart and we're getting rejected back down. And for now, I would be targeting the yellow support trend line here for entries, because every time we've touched that since September, we've had a move to the upside. And the upper yellow trend line is also good for taking some profits if you are looking for a short to mid-term trade exit. But you also have this support block anywhere from $7.95 to $7.37 as a great entry, because we've retested this area multiple times in June and in July. So I think this is going to be a major support level for us to hold if we see a stronger pullback. Now, with the CPI data coming out very soon and the FOMC meeting happening in December, I think December 14th and 15th, we might see another pullback in the crypto markets with the S&P 500 as well. So I think Cosmos can definitely come back down to this support block if that happens. Obviously, Bitcoin would need to drop as well for that, because it does lead altcoins behind it. So yeah, take a look at the Fibonacci retracement I have as well. So obviously, this is the same one that I've been using for more than a year now, with the swing low that we printed in March of 2020 and with the swing high that we printed in May of 2021. We've seen a perfect retracement to the 0.5. Then we had a move to the 786, as you can see. So we bounced from the 786, and then we came back down to the golden ratio and bounced from there. So for now, the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level is the main support level for us currently. And if we start losing that, we only have the support block to hold us up. Otherwise, I would be targeting the 0.5 once again at $5.87. And don't get me wrong, I would love to buy Cosmos Atom as cheap as $5.90. I would be getting so much coins, so many coins at this price. So hopefully it does get there, obviously, but like everyone else, I do want to see the market start rallying, and I do want to get back to the bull market as soon as possible, but I want to fill up my bags before that happens. So we still have some time. Invest smartly. Don't be a degen and don't go all in to an altcoin. Diversify, have a nice portfolio, nice strong portfolio with higher cap altcoins, and you can move down to mid cap altcoins and potentially put like 10% into low cap cryptos. So that's what we have for the daily chart here. The 0.5 obviously is your bottom that you printed in June. Hopefully we don't lose that. If we do, that's going to be negative. But like I said, I'm looking for this support block to hold us up if we see any moves to the downside. Now let's jump into the daily RSI. Now let's see what's going on here. So we have the green trend line that we have been targeting for a while now. So we're going to be still looking for bounces off of that green trend line moving forward. So December, January green trend line is your good entry, and the orange trend line here as well is something that we haven't retested since we broke above in June of 2022. So potentially that could be a nice retest and a nice entry. So like I said, if we potentially lose the pink trend line, have a bounce from the green one, and then have a move all the way down, this could present a nice buying opportunity. So be on the lookout for that. And obviously, if we see one last capitulation, if the miners capitulate, I think that's going to be the sign that the bear market bottom has been printed. And I think a confirmation would be Bitcoin breaking its August swing high and creating a bullish cross on the weekly chart where the 20 EMA crosses above the 55 EMA. Now let's switch over to the weekly chart on Binance. Taking a look at the weekly, as you can see, we do have a potential Elliott wave theory structure playing out, and this is what I think could happen if we don't lose this support block. However, if we do and we come back lower, that is still a valid Elliott wave theory. However, we do not want to go back to the bottom of wave 1, because if we do that, then the Elliott wave structure is invalidated, right? So we need to stay above the June low here for that to happen. However, if we do lose this low, we are possibly going to be retesting the support of the falling wedge. And we've had 2 bounces off of the support back in summer, and we had 2 tests in January, in April. Then we had another test in September and another test in November of the resistance trend line of the falling wedge. So for now, we are near the resistance. We have the 20 EMA there as well. So if we see some sort of a relief rally, we might just, run into the 20 EMA and get sent back down. So hopefully we can stay in this support block here. If not, I would potentially be looking at either this low to be retested, or I would be looking at the support of the falling wedge, because believe it or not, even if we do come back down to the support of the falling wedge and do something like this, there is still a 75% chance that we are going to see a break to the upside, because that's what we have. That's the probability of a breakout to the upside for a falling wedge. So that's something to keep in mind, and a lot of altcoins are seeing the same pattern playing out right now on the weekly and on the daily chart. We're in these large falling wedge patterns, and they're just waiting to break out. They just want to break out. So much money sitting on the sidelines, and seemingly there's going to be another pullback. So keep in mind, you always need some money on the sidelines to enter in case we see a black swan event. Now jumping into the weekly RSI, we have multiple support levels, as you can see, 42 or 43, and then we have 40.8, and then we have 38.7 or 38.8 on the RSI. So these are multiple support levels. If we fail to hold that, then obviously you can be looking at the next swing low, which is over here. This is the low that we printed in March of 2020, and after that we have the low that we printed in June of 2021. So I'm saying that if we start doing something like this and we lose, let's say, that low, our next low is going to be this one. We lose that, and this is basically a good buying opportunity if you're below the index of 30. But that is a possible scenario that we could be looking at. I'm not buying any Cosmos Atom right now, to be honest with you, because I'm dollar cost averaging into other altcoins. Since the June low is up 44%, a lot of altcoins are actually down from their June low, or slightly higher than that. But for me right now, Cosmos is a bit too expensive to dollar cost average into, since I already have a good amount of tokens. And if we go back down, I'm going to buy a whole lot more. Until then, I'll see you in the next update next week. Thank you all for watching. If I missed out anything important, please let me know down below in the comment section. Feel free to check out my Patreon. I do post exclusive podcasts in there. I do post all of my buys, and I do post some low cap gems, and I take a look at your requests as well. And you can feel free to follow me on Twitter, where I take a look at some other altcoins that we don't usually follow here on the YouTube channel, and I do some quick TAs over there, and I retweet some interesting stuff as well. So thank you all for watching. I'm going to see you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.